What is up, you guys? It is your boy Al, the founder of VDK Sports Talk, and in today's video we're going to be reacting to the championship game that we had happen last night. Team Venezuela versus Team USA. Another clash of the Titans, another powerhouse matchup that the MLB was able to put together in the World Baseball Classic, man. Two teams that are extremely passionate, representing their countries. Y'all know how Team Venezuela is. Y'all see the energy that they bring. You see the energy that that crowd brings. You see how together they are, man. And here's the thing, man. You know, I'm going to give a lot of respect to Team Venezuela on this video because I spoke about this multiple times on this platform. When you look at the rosters from these teams, Team Venezuela was absolutely loaded with stars, but where they also had you, and this was their advantage. Not only did they have the guys that could hit, the star power, but what they also had was they had the starting pitching combined with the bullpen. It wasn't just, oh, if we get the starters out, we have a better opportunity. No, what Team Venezuela did to these teams was they came out with great starting pitching, and if the starters didn't have it going, they went right to their bullpen guys, and all of their bullpen guys were throwing 95 plus with a ton of movement on their pitches. And I know a lot of people, and I'm just going to speak from my opinion, man, because I played. When you are throwing 95 plus, everybody's saying, like, why can't these guys hit it? Here's the caveat, man. It's not 95 plus straight. A lot of these pitches are sinkers, two-seam fastballs. A lot of fastballs. Imagine this. You have a fastball coming at you at 99, 100 plus miles an hour. That is breaking. It's breaking inside, right? But from that same arm slot, and this is what they teach now in the game, and this is what a lot of pitchers do, and this is why it is so difficult to hit these great pitchers that throw hard. Because when you're looking at the path at which the ball is coming through from the release point, not only can that ball break in at 97 plus, but it could also run that much away from you at 84 miles an hour. So when you start factoring the speed difference, when you're going from 99, which absolutely looks like an aspirin tablet getting thrown at you, next to, now I gotta adjust to an 83 mile an hour slider that comes from the same arm slot, same path, and is breaking away from me. That is why it is so difficult for these players to consistently hit. And that is why Tony Gwynn used to say, hey, listen, you're a Hall of Famer in the MLB if you fail 70% of the time, and it's 100% the truth. But when you look at the stars, ultimately, if you follow me, I spoke about this. You need your stars to be the stars. You need to be at your best when your best is required. And yesterday, Team USA had multiple opportunities to get the job done, and they didn't. They needed their big-time guys to come through, and one of them did. Bryce Harper, if Team USA would have won yesterday, Bryce Harper would have absolutely bailed out Aaron Judge. Now, before I get into my opinion on the Aaron Judge situation, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the game, right? So, you come in, you have star power. Nolan McLean is one of the best rookies. Well, he played last year. One of the best rookies going into this season. He's the favorite to win NL Rookie of the Year. This dude is absolutely filthy with phenomenal spin rate on all of his pitches. Not only does his sinker have a tremendous amount of movement, throwing 97 plus, but his curveball, his sweeper is absolutely ridiculous. It's some of the nastiest stuff that I've seen. You got him on the mound going up against Rodriguez, a lefty who is phenomenal. And they are both dealing. And the difference is between McLean and Rodriguez is McLean, he's younger. Right now, in my opinion, McLean doesn't have the full control of his arsenal that's going to take him to that next level. And once he gets there, forget about it. He's going to be one of the best pitchers in the game. That's how filthy McLean stuff is. But what ended up happening was he gets it to what? The second or third inning. I forget which inning it was, in which a couple runners get on. He ends up throwing the sweeper that gets past the catcher. That puts the runners in scoring position. Salvador Perez with the sac fly. That's how one run scores. And this is the thing, man. In these tightly contested games, these at-bats matter. Those little things matter. When it's great on great, ultimately what it comes down to is you have to execute. So if your star pitcher makes a mistake, which leads to a pass ball, now you're putting guys in scoring position, and now that is an op. That's what I call it, an opportunity. Now, can you cash in on that opportunity when it presents itself? Team Venezuela did. They're up 1-0. Now, this is the trend of the Venezuela team, right? Venezuela has players that not only are stars, and this is how I look at it, right? They not only have guys that can hit for power, they have guys that can hit for contact. They have scrappy, pesky hitters who are line drive hitters, and they don't just get base hits. They'll absolutely smoke something into the gap. That is what we call gap hitters. But they can also hit the ball out of the yard. So when you have a lineup that 1 through 7 is of this type of mindset, this pesky mindset that can put the ball in play, but are line drive hitters who can also hit the ball out of the park. That is what makes them so difficult to play against, because every at-bat that you have against them is pesky. They're not chasing. If you do get them to chase, it's later on in the game, because the pitchers, like I said, are absolutely filthy that are coming in now. These guys are overall great hitters. They can hit for contact and they can hit for power. So every at-bat is very high-pressure stakes for these pitchers. You have to make pitches. And yesterday, Team USA did such a phenomenal job at being able to hold that Team Venezuela offense at bay. But here's where I'm at with it, man. Going back to what I said before, right? Because what ended up happening was Team Venezuela cashed in on that one op, right? That presented itself. Then they came back, going back to what I said before about the pesky hitters, Abreu with another big-time home run. Big-time home run. That dude just has that it factor to him. And that's something, listen, I'm going to be quite frank. You either got that or you don't. You can either play in high-leverage games and high sweepstakes games, or you can't. And that is something that's the mental aspect to the game that not many people talk about, right? When you look at what he was able to do, he came through clutch, not only against Team USA, but he came through clutch against Team Japan with that big-time home run. When you look at the opportunities that Team USA had, you had some of the best hitters in the world on your team. But for whatever reason, you could not get on base enough. What was the stat that they showed last night? That they couldn't get their leadoff men starting off the inning on base since the 4th inning against DR. And that was the home run by Gunnar Henderson. That was the last time they were able to get their leadoff man on. So here's the deal. This is exactly why, for me personally, I picked Team DR to beat Team USA. Because if you have followed this tournament, Team USA was winning in spite of playing great as a team. Team DR was playing really well as a team. Team Venezuela was playing great as a team. Team Japan was playing great as a team. For whatever reason, this iteration of stars for Team USA, for whatever reason, they just didn't have it going. And they were winning in spite of a lack of production for some of their best players. Like, think about what that lineup has in theory. Bryce Harper, Aaron Judge, Kyle Schwarber, Gunnar Henderson. They had Byron Buxton starting yesterday because they wanted the righty to go against the lefty. Right, and Buxton is a dog too. Anthony Roman, Will Smith, Bobby Witt Jr. When you look at the roster, they have guys that should absolutely rate. But for whatever reason, this iteration of Team USA did not mesh well together amongst one another. In my opinion, they had the opportunities and they didn't cash in. And I'm going to return to this, what I said earlier. And my bad for making this video much longer than it should be. But I just have a lot of thoughts on this. When you look at Aaron Judge is in peak form. Another high leverage opportunity, and you don't get it done. Now, here's the deal. Aaron Judge, in my opinion, is the most talented player in the MLB next to Shohei Ohtani. Aaron Judge is a perennial MVP candidate that is absolutely fantastic. He can hit for average. He can hit for power. He's a one-man wrecking crew when he is hot. He can carry a team to the playoffs. But for whatever reason, when the lights get bright, his game fades. And that is what the truth is. Statistically and historically with Aaron Judge, he has not gotten the job done and has not been at his best when his best is required. Now, I know I said earlier that it's difficult to hit these guys that are throwing this hard with this much movement. It 100% is. But what Team USA needed yesterday, they needed their best player on that team, Aaron Judge, to say, I'm going to take you home. And he didn't do it. Aaron Judge, I had this conversation with one of my buddies. He told me that he reminds him of Josh Allen, but the MLB version of it. And I'm going to go one step further. At this current trajectory with Aaron Judge, he is going to be the MLB's version of James Harden, in which you stack up the regular season, an absolutely phenomenal player. But when it comes down to money time, crunch time, game sevens, elimination games, it's time to get the job done. They come up short. And that is ultimately how Aaron Judge is going to be viewed. He is a great player. Nobody's contesting that he's not absolutely phenomenal. But the man cannot get the job done when it matters most. I'm just calling it like how I see it, man. And yesterday, he had plenty of opportunities and didn't get it done. Team Venezuela goes up 2-0. It takes Team USA to the bottom of the 8th inning to make some noise. And Aaron Judge was absolutely bailed out by Bryce Harper, who says, this is what I do. And he 100% does. How many times have we seen Bryce Harper in the big time situations get the job done? Ultimately, that's what you need to be able to do in these high leverage, big time games. You have to come through. And Aaron Judge did it yesterday. Now, I know you can look at the players that are on Team USA and say, hey, you need to hold them equally accountable too. And 100%, you really should. But when your best player does not come to play, unfortunately, when you get your ops and you don't cash in, you go home. And that is what happened yesterday. If Team USA would have won, Bryce Harper would have absolutely bailed out the heat that Aaron Judge should be receiving today. Because not only has this happened in the postseason, it has now happened in the big time money game in the World Baseball Classic. I'm going to go on and say this. Some guys don't understand this. You either got it or you don't in big time moments. You can't teach that. You either have it or you don't. And I'll go ahead and take this one step further, because a lot of people are making this argument about Aaron Judge being one of the best players in the history of the Yankees franchise. And talent-wise, he absolutely is. I would never contest that. But I always used to have this argument with people when comparing him to Derek Jeter. And I'll leave it for you guys like this. Game 7 in the World Series. Let me know in the comments. Answer this honestly. Game 7 in the World Series. Your team is down 2 runs with a guy like Paul Skeens on the mound. You have runners on second and third. 2 outs. Who do you want hitting? Aaron Judge or Derek Jeter? Let me know in the comments who you taking. High leverage situation. Get the job done. Clutch hit and win. Or clutch hit and tie the game. Who do you got? I'm telling you right now, I'm taking Derek Jeter over Aaron Judge. Now let me know in the comments what you think. But we're going to wrap up this video like this. I want to give a huge shout out to my man, Eugenio Suarez. You want to know why? Because I'm a big man of faith. And as all of you know, if you see my bio, I don't hide that at all. Y'all know me. Jesus is Lord. You know, I'm always going to live and die by that 100%. God is the reason why all of us are here. And when you see how much they praise the Lord, and you see how Eugenio Suarez is on his knees thanking the Lord, how much they prayed and shared scripture, it is only fitting, you see how that works? That the man who got them on the board against Team Italy, that started up the comeback, was Eugenio Suarez. And the guy that gets the game-winning hit yesterday is Eugenio Suarez. Man, is the Lord good, man. And I'm so happy for Team Venezuela, man, for being able to get over the hump and for finally winning the World Baseball Classic. But that's all I got for you guys. I apologize for this being a much longer video than I originally intended, but I just had so many thoughts following this game. And when you have this much of a high sweepstakes situation in terms of high leverage baseball being played, and you get the result that you had last night, a clash of the Titans, great on great, good on good, great pitching against great hitting, and ultimately cashing in on that one mistake, that's what makes baseball beautiful. But that's all I got for you guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and sub to the channel. Check off the bell notification icon to become part of the family. That being said, have a blessed day, everybody.